Hello there, my name is Dr. George Olstein. I'm a general dentist that works in Prahran, Victoria. And today I want to talk to you about why replace a missing tooth. That's why replace a missing tooth. Now, I'll concentrate on replacing a missing back tooth because most people, when they have a tooth missing in the front, there seems to be no question about replacing it in that environment because it's a cosmetically challenging environment. Most people don't want to walk around with a missing front tooth. So let's talk about a missing back tooth. Why replace a missing back tooth? Now, I get a lot of rejections from patients who say to me when I pose the question about replacing a tooth, particularly in the back, they say to me all these excuses about, well, no one can see it, so it's cosmetically not an issue. They've been functioning without it for quite some time. They don't feel any pain. So there's all these excuses that a lot of people think help them understand, help them decide that they don't want to replace a missing back tooth. Firstly, I want to discuss with you what are the consequences of not replacing a tooth. And I often give the analogy of having a bookshelf at home, totally filled with books, all tightly packed together, and everything is stable. Now, if you take one of those books out to read, then what happens to the other books is that they collapse into that space. And similarly, it happens in the mouth as well. In other words, if you take a tooth out, neighbouring teeth, and also a tooth that would normally bite into that area, they all start to move. The mouth is a dynamic space, it's not static, and things can change around. Now, admittedly, teeth do not change as quickly as taking a book out of a packed bookshelf, and as a consequence it does take some time before you start to see any problems. But with teeth falling over or collapsing over, you do start to get problems because it becomes difficult, number one, to clean these teeth efficiently. That then leads to gum conditions, which can lead to advanced gum disease. You start to lose bone, etc. So long term, you may end up losing more teeth along the way. Similarly, a tooth up the top that would normally bite into that missing tooth can over-erupt. What that means is it grows out of the socket and again becomes an issue of cleaning properly, which becomes more difficult, and therefore you could start losing more teeth up the top. Another thing that can happen relates to the bite. Now, most times when you close together, teeth essentially bite together flat on flat. So it's an equivalent bite. But as teeth tilt over, a top tooth then bites at an angle. A creates more tipping, and B can alter how your jaws come together. And as a result of that, you can then end up with bite-related problems, which means you can end up with pain in your jaws, which then can lead to headaches, neck aches, and all these sort of muscular aches and pains. To replace a missing tooth, there are generally two accepted ways of doing it. I won't go into too much detail about them because that's another topic for another video. However, just very briefly, the first one is with a bridge and the other one is with an implant. That's a bridge or an implant. With a bridge, essentially you're using a tooth on either side of the gap to support the missing tooth, and that whole construction gets bonded onto the teeth on either side. The other way of doing it is with an implant. You don't have to touch the teeth on either side. An implant is basically just a surgical procedure where an implant is placed into the bone and then a crown gets cemented or screwed onto the top of that implant. If this is something that you would like to look into further, then please don't hesitate. I'm more than happy to have a look and give you an opinion from my perspective and go through again all the benefits. And if you want to go ahead, please call us on the surgery number 03 9510 1644 or email us on info@olstein.com.au. I hope this video has been of benefit to you and look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for watching.